Hey, what is up, guys? We are back at it with another video. I know it's not a vlog, guys, and I have missed a week uploading, guys. It's okay. And this video is probably gonna get out late too, guys. I'm just a slacker, and yeah, okay, don't even like pay attention to the stuff behind me. The setups, it's not really a setup for like these kind of videos, because I forget that I like to do these kind of videos where I just like talk to the camera. But I did want to change up the contents of the vlog. I did vlog some other stuff. But I just didn't really, it wasn't really super focused content, and it was a lot of just random clips. But I might throw some of those random clips in here just to confuse y'all. So let me just update you guys. So if you're wondering about track, we've had 2 meets since then. Last week I ran the mile at Grinnell. It was pretty close to my 1600 PR, and it was the full mile. I ran 4:51, so not bad, not bad. I might throw some clips in there. My mom got the race, so I might throw some clips in there right now.
Colin, kick it out, bud. You can do this. Get it. Pick it up. Go, Colin. Don't let him pass you.
This past weekend, we had the NCJSA, I don't even remember what it's called, but it was a meet here, and ran the 800 and the 4x4, went 56 split in the 4x4, which is still it's probably running 55, and then I went 207 in the 8, which is better than 209, but not still really where I want to be. But you know, we're gonna get better, guys. And if you didn't see the title already, this is a story time, guys. I love to do these. I don't think I've really done these, but I love them. I used to watch a lot of LSK, and his story times were great. Or Christopher London, my bad. The man had great story times. There are a bunch of YouTubers with amazing story times. And you know, guys, I think I have some stories. So let me know what stories you want to see me here, because I do have a lot of dumb ones, and I will bring friends in to tell these stories with me to make them that much more entertaining. But getting started, if you didn't see the title, yes, the story is going to be how I got my black belt. And that's a black belt in Taekwondo for those of you who don't know. If you do know me, you probably knew that because I love to flex it all the time. I wish I had the belt with me here, guys, so I could hard flex. But I'm probably going to be putting some random clips of me doing Taekwondo and some pictures in if I can find them. But if I don't, whatever. You can go just look at my mom's Facebook, and you'll find a million of them. So basically, guys, first I gotta hard flex because everyone likes to give me crap for having this. So I have a black belt card. Like, look, it says second because I'm a second-degree black belt. This is from Korea. I don't know if that's, yeah, and it's an ID and everything. It's a kukiwon, basically saying that anywhere I'm a black belt. It's pretty cool, guys. It's pretty cool. But yeah. So we're honestly just gonna get right into the story, guys. So let's start from the beginning. My parents, they put me in Taekwondo when I was 3 years old at Family Martial Arts in Ames. It was a weird thing. It was more based on your age than your actual skill level, so it wasn't a lot of room for advancement. And so I like got bored of that really quickly because, I mean, I'm 3 years old. Like, what am I gonna do? I got bored of that, and then I stopped. And then several years later, I was 9 years old, and I may or may not have had some anger issues and thrown a few punches at Catholic school, but my parents put me in Taekwondo, you know, another outlet. It was something fun for me to do. I remember the first class I went to, it was a Sunday in November. I was wearing a red guys, I don't know why I remember these really specific moments, but I do. And shout out to Master Ross. She was there. She's not there anymore. I think she's up in Minnesota. She taught me my first Taekwondo class, and it all took off from there. That's where it took off. So from there, I like to think that I went through the belts kind of quick. I mean, I wasn't too fast because, especially early when I was like 9 years old, I was just like a normal kid with Taekwondo. I loved it. I liked it, but I didn't love it at that point, and it wasn't something where I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a black belt. It was just something that I was doing because it was fun, and my mom kept signing me up. I really like to kick things, and basically, I mean, I was good at that, I guess, but I remember I got to yellow belt really quick, which is the second belt, guys, and then, like, after that, I was on orange belt for a while because, like, my mom started doing Taekwondo, and she, like, low-key showed me up. I'm not even gonna front. My mom was, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, technically, my mom was way better at Taekwondo than me, and I will fully admit that. my mom made me look like a scrub. But I was also an 11-year-old kid, you know, it was easier for her 40-year-old self to learn things than my 11-year-old kid self. So obviously, Taekwondo is more than just kicking and punching, guys. We have stuff like forms and other things that you need to memorize, do all that stuff. And as an 11-year-old kid, or 9, whatever, I didn't really care that much. But going on, I did start competing when I think I first started competing when I was an orange belt, around there when my mom started doing Taekwondo, and that's really what made me fall in love with it. Guys, I realized that this story time, now that I'm telling it, like, the story's kind of really unfocused and there's not really a way to... I don't know, guys, but we're just gonna keep going. Like the time where I was an orange belt, we started competing, we went to like Iowa games, and that was really fun, and we had like local tournaments and stuff, and those were really fun, but I wasn't really good. I was just doing it because it was fun. Like, I like competing. I was never really that good at this point. I was just doing Taekwondo, and my Taekwondo school, we weren't really a competition-based school at the time, but we later sort of evolved into one that focused on more on competition. It's APR, Ames Park and Rec Taekwondo, guys. So yes, I did recreation Taekwondo. I'm looking around. I think I have the jacket. Give me a sec, guys. But like, that's the APR jacket, Ames Park and Rec Taekwondo. Yeah, they're cool. So after I really started competing, when I was a green belt, I think, yeah, that's really when I started. Well, I started gaining coordination because I was probably 10 and a half, 11. I was getting to the point where I was gaining enough coordination to not be bad, and I was learning how to control my body. And this is when I started learning how to do a lot of the cool kicks that you guys obviously see, some 360s and stuff. I have some random stuff up on my Instagram of me doing some stuff like that. This is where I started to get like really good at breaking boards, and I like fell in love with sparring. Sparring is, well, it's this padded thing where you kind of just kick each other. That's a poor explanation, but I'll probably put some videos up. If you actually know, my first YouTube video that I posted on this channel was a sparring vlog at a tournament. So go check that out if you guys are interested in seeing some. I'll probably put some random clips of stuff that I find up here, but I don't really have anything from when I was like really young and like when I didn't really know how to spar. But moving on. So like green and blue belt is where I started realizing that, at least in my mind, I started realizing, oh, I'm like good at Taekwondo, you know? You just realize you're good at something and it's like, you do that. So I was doing it year round, all the time, and then I was playing my other sports like football and baseball and basketball just along with it, but like Taekwondo is really what I like to do, and I started going, and we went to tournaments like all over the state, local tournaments, and I really started competing, and I started trying to get a lot better at like forms and stuff. And then as I moved from like blue belt to brown belt to red belt, which is like the belt right before black. I know, guys, I just totally skipped a lot, but like brown and red is where I really started, at least, what was I? I was 12, I think, when I was a brown and red belt. That's when I started getting like good competition-wise, at least for locals. I started really doing well in locals. I started having to go up age divisions because it just, like, I don't know, it wasn't fun for me. So I went up age divisions. I was also a little bit bigger of a kid, so I did go up age divisions, and this was a point where I was better at Taekwondo. I was getting gold in all of them, even forms that I wasn't very good at least I didn't think I was very good at forms, but there were times where I was getting really high scores at forms just because I had practiced so much and I had done so much. Shout out to Aaron and Dave Carpenter for, of course, you know, they were my instructors for most of the time, and they really made me the Taekwondo person I was and I am today. Yeah, we'll go with that. So, moving on from that, as a red belt, I really got into competing. I started practicing with the Iowa State team down in Ames. They were actually super good and super helpful. Both of my instructors, they taught there and they participated in class there and stuff. So I got special privilege or whatever. I don't know what it was, but I got to go there. I got to fight some college kids. They beat me up. I cried. I didn't cry, but I wasn't always happy, you know, getting beat up because I wasn't used to getting beat up because everyone else, like I fought against at our at Ames Park and Rec, you know, is my size or smaller. So I was kicking their butts. I'm joking, guys. But yeah, that's when I I was getting good, and as a red belt, I decided to go to Taekwondo Nationals for the first time. It was 2013, so I was still 12. I'll flash up a picture. I look like the biggest nerd ever. I really didn't know what I was getting myself into because, and like, locals were one thing, but nationals was like a completely other thing. But shortly after that, I did get my black belt at. It was sometime between 12 and 13 that I got my black belt. So I don't remember the exact date. I'll put it up here if I have it because I did have to go through testing. Black belt testing is great. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that testing was a thing, guys. So, you know, like in school when you go up a grade, it's kind of like that. So you just have like this final test where your instructors are like, yo, you should go test because they think, yo, you're good enough to be at the next level. So you go there, test, you get an entire panel of judges. It's really scary sometimes, especially when you did it, because we used to do it at Iowa State with all the college kids, and there was like a giant panel of judges that, I mean, I wasn't scared at the end because I knew all of them, but the first few times I was terrified because there was just this big everyone talks about how I speak with my hands so much, guys, and I'm really just seeing it right now. There are judges all in front, and you do testing, so they pretty much, you know, they'll call stuff for you to do. They'll tell you stuff to do. They'll do it in Korean if you didn't know. Taekwondo's Korean, so that we speak a little bit of Korean. I really don't anymore. Like Hanadul Setnet, that's how you count. Going into it, we had to do. So the one thing that's different about testing than normal class is board breaks. So we don't always do board breaks very often, but board breaking, I do have to say, is one of the most fun parts of Taekwondo. We don't teach it very often, but it is fun. We got to do some wheel kicks. Hopefully I have a video of some of that stuff there. I probably have a video of me doing a wheel kick and I'll put it up, guys. But I just realized how confusing this is. If you don't know what Taekwondo is, this might be really confusing, guys, and this story time might not be great, but like, I'm gonna try and make it entertaining at least if the story don't make sense. If this gets, we're gonna go for a goal of 10 likes, guys, 10 likes. I'm pretty sure that would be the most liked video on my channel. 10 likes, and I will talk about my process of going from that red belt to a national medalist, which I was a national medalist, guys, if you didn't know, in Taekwondo. But finishing the story, guys, so basically I went to testing. I had a great time. I wrote a paper, because you have to write a black belt paper. It's really great. And then I was the first black belt that Masters Aaron and Dave Carpenter, love those guys, had from like, because they were there when I was like white belt. They were there from when I was white belt to I was black belt. I was the first one that they'd had gone from white belt to black belt, because it takes a long time and it takes a lot of commitment. As it took me like 4 years to do it. It was fun. It was a long ride, and I learned so much along the way. And one thing that you're not always going to get from other sports that Taekwondo does offer you, that a lot of people. So obviously Taekwondo is a lot more than just kicking and punching. You learn forms and stuff, but like beyond that, there's a lot of discipline and other things you learn. Taekwondo, we have this thing called the 5 tenets: courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. There's that. You learn all of those lessons and more. I just felt like Taekwondo made me such a more respectful person and less of a little brat than I was. And one of the best parts was that I got to do it with my mom. I love my mom, and having my mom around, it was great. I also made so many new friends just doing Taekwondo. It just wasn't a normal thing to do. And if you guys want me to make a video why I stopped doing Taekwondo, I don't compete anymore, I don't really practice anymore, it's something that I know I'm going to go back to at some point, but I will tell a whole story about my competition and why I'm not doing it if you guys like this story time. But basically, yeah, that's how I got my black belt, guys, was 4 years of hard work, going to class 2 to 3 times a week, having fun with my mom, making new friends, and just overall enjoying myself. Also going to compete, guys. So honestly, parents out there, put your kids in Taekwondo. I'm just gonna say it. It's different than any other sports because it's not just running. It's a lot more controlled and thought-provoking. It also, of course, you know, a lot of sports teach discipline, but Taekwondo's, I don't know, it's just a different way. I just feel like I learned the most from Taekwondo out of all the sports that I played, and it was one of the most fun to do it. And some kids aren't gonna like Taekwondo. that's fine. Like, you know, let your kid do you. But if your kid wants to go out and kick and punch things, take them to a Taekwondo class, see how they like it, because it is something that's really fun that a lot of people can do, guys. And I had a lot of fun doing it, and I wouldn't trade that experience doing Taekwondo for anything. Let me know if you guys are liking the story times. Hopefully I can do a more focused story next time and not be so vague and do that. And again, if you guys want the full story of like my because competing was a completely different thing in Taekwondo than just going through the ranks. Being a good competitor had almost nothing to do with ranks. Just because you were a good competitor didn't mean you were good at Taekwondo, and vice versa. Just because you were good at Taekwondo didn't mean you were a good competitor. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. That is going to be it from me. Hopefully I can get this up soon and not too late. I'm thinking about vlogging at conference this week, but like I'm still on the fence because I'm gonna be honest, guys, I've low-key been running better without the vlog camera, so I might have to ditch it for this one. It's gonna come back during outdoor season. I will hopefully figure my stuff out and be able to run despite the vlog. I know I've been saying the same thing forever and ever, guys, but don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment on what you guys want to see next. Let me know if you like these story times, because I will do more of them. Hopefully I can find pictures of everything so you guys can really illustrate the story of me doing Taekwondo. And shout out to you if you did Taekwondo with me when we were kids or anything like that, guys. Don't forget, live life happy, try new things, do everything you want to do, and Taekwondo rule. Don't forget to follow my socials down below, guys. Let me know, of course, what you want to see in the next videos. I hope you're all having a great day, and all I'm going to say is I hope to see you all in the next video.